a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy is an American medical drama television series that premiered on March 27, 2005, on the American Broadcasting Company as a mid-season replacement. The fictional series focuses on the lives of surgical interns, residents, and attending physicians, as they develop into seasoned doctors while trying to maintain personal lives and relationships. The title is a play on Grey's Anatomy, a classic human anatomy textbook first published in 1858 in London and written by Henry Gray. Shonda Rhimes developed the pilot and continues to write for the series. She is also one of the executive producers, along with Betsy Beers, Mark Gordon, Krista Vernoff, Rob Corn, Mark Wilding, and Allan Heinberg. Although the series is set in Seattle, it is filmed primarily in Los Angeles, California. The series was designed to be racially diverse and used color-blind casting. It revolves around the title character, Dr. Meredith Grey, played by Ellen Pompeo, first featured as an intern. The original cast consisted of 9 star-billed actors: Pompeo, Sandra Oh, Katherine Heigl, Justin Chambers, T.R. Knight, Chandra Wilson, James Pickens Jr., Isaiah Washington, and Patrick Dempsey. The cast has undergone major changes through the series' run, with many members leaving and being replaced by others. In its 15th season, the show has a large ensemble of 11 actors, including 4 characters from the original cast. Grey's Anatomy was renewed for a 15th season, which premiered on September 27, 2018. The series' success catapulted such long-running cast members as Pompeo, Dempsey, and O to worldwide recognition. They were among the top 5 highest-earning television actors in 2013. While the show's ratings have fallen over the course of its run, it is still one of the highest-rated shows among the 1849 demographic, and the number 3 drama on all of broadcast television. The series was the highest revenue-earning show on television, in terms of advertising, in the 2007-08 season. In 2017, it was ranked 10th on the list. Grey's Anatomy ranks as ABC's highest-rated drama in its 14th season. Grey's Anatomy has been well received by critics throughout much of its run, and has been included in various critics' year-end top 10 lists. Since its inception, the show has been described by the media outlets as a television phenomenon, or a juggernaut, owing to its longevity and dominant ratings. It is considered to have had a significant effect on popular culture and has received numerous awards, including the Golden Globe Award for Best Television Series Drama. It has received 38 Primetime Emmy Award nominations, including 2 for Outstanding Drama Series. The cast members have also received several accolades for their respective performances. Grey's Anatomy is the longest-running scripted primetime show currently airing on ABC, the longest scripted primetime ABC show ever, and the second-longest primetime medical drama, after ER. Plot: the series follows Meredith Grey, the daughter of an esteemed general surgeon named Ellis Grey, following her acceptance into the residency program at the fictional Seattle Grace Hospital. During her time as a resident, Grey works alongside her fellow doctors Christina Yang, Izzy Stevens, Alex Karev, and George O'Malley, who each struggle to balance personal lives with the hectic work and training schedules. They are overseen during their internship by Miranda Bailey, a senior resident who works for attending Derek Shepard, the head of neurosurgery and Meredith's love interest, Preston Burke, the head of cardio, who becomes Yang's fiancé, and Richard Webber, the chief of surgery and attending general surgeon, and the previous lover of Ellis Grey. In the 6th season, these residents are joined by Jackson Avery and April Kepner, former Mercy West residents who joined Seattle Grace following an administrative merger. During the first 6 seasons, Burke, O'Malley and Stevens all depart the series, in addition to Webber, Burke, and Shepard. The surgical wing is primarily supervised by Addison Montgomery, the head of OB/GYN, neonatal, and fetal surgery, who leaves for Los Angeles after the 3rd season. Callie Torres, a resident who later becomes head of orthopedic surgery and leaves Seattle at the end of the 12th season. Mark Sloan, as head of plastics. Owen Hunt, as head of trauma who later marries Yang. Arizona Robbins, as head of pediatric surgery, and later head of fetal surgery who marries Taurus. Erica Hahn, as head of cardio. Teddy Altman, as head of cardio who departs at the end of season 8, but returns in season 14. And Amelia Shepard, Derek's sister, who is hired to replace him as head of neuro. New young doctors in the residency program include Lexi Gray, Meredith's half-sister who is killed with Dr. Mark Sloan in the season 8 finale. Other additions include Leah Murphy, who departs near the end of the 10th season, but returns during the 13th. Shane Ross, who departs with Yang in the 10th season finale. Stephanie Edwards, who resigns during season 13. Joe Wilson, a doctor who begins a romantic relationship with Karev. Andrew DeLuca, the love interest of Meredith's half-sister Maggie Pierce, who also serves as head of cardio. And Benjamin Warren, an anesthesiologist-turned-resident, who has to balance his own desire to succeed with his wife Miranda Bailey's new role as chief of surgery. Season 11 sees the departure of Derek Shepard. And in season 12, attending cardio surgeon Nathan Riggs joins the show. In season 13, the hospital sees a shakeup when attending sports medicine/orthopedic surgeon Eliza Minnick is hired as an educational consultant to revamp the residency program. She is fired following an explosion at the hospital. In the early episodes of season 14, Riggs leaves the series to start a life with Owen's long-lost sister. By the season finale, Kepner and Robbins also depart the show. Conception. Shonda Rhimes wanted to make a show that she would enjoy watching, and thought it would be interesting to create a show about smart women competing against one another. When asked how she decided to develop a medical drama, Rhimes responded, "The series was pitched to ABC Entertainment, who gave the green light." The show was picked up as a mid-season replacement for Boston Legal in the 2005 television season. Francie Carfo, Executive Vice President of Development at ABC Entertainment, commented that ABC was looking for a medical show that was unlike the others airing at the time. She pointed out that medical shows are hard, and it was hard trying to figure out where ours could be different. But where everybody else is speeding up their medical shows, Rhimes found a way to slow it down, so you get to know the characters. There's definitely a strong female appeal to it. Rhimes initially conceived Grey's Anatomy as a statement against racism. She worked to create a show featuring a racially diverse cast that allowed viewers to relate to characters regardless of race. While creating characters, as well as writing the first script, the series writers had no character descriptions in mind, and hoped to cast the best actor available for each part. Rhimes has said that if the network had not allowed to create characters this way, she would have been hesitant about moving forward with the series. Female roles in particular were developed as multifaceted characters. Rhimes offered her insight on this. "I wanted to create a world in which you felt as if you were watching very real women. Most of the women I saw on TV didn't seem like people I actually knew. They felt like ideas of what women are. They never got to be nasty or competitive or hungry or angry. They were often just the loving wife or the nice friend. But who gets to be the bitch? Who gets to be the three-dimensional woman?" The show's title, Grey's Anatomy, was devised as a play on words, a reference to both Henry Gray's classic English medical textbook, Grey's Anatomy, and the title character Dr. Meredith Grey. Before the series debuted on March 27, 2005, a few early releases were shown to close friends and family of the producers and actors. The show was scheduled to run in the Boston Legal time slot for 4 weeks. But its high ratings and viewership resulted in ABC keeping it in that slot for the remainder of the season. ABC Entertainment President Steve McPherson commented on the scheduling change. "Ultimately we decided that, without having adequate lead time or marketing dollars to devote to moving either show so late in the season, we'd continue to let Grey's Anatomy build on its tremendous momentum through May." Prior to broadcast, it was announced that the show's title would be changed from Grey's Anatomy to Complications, although this did not take place. Production team. Grey's Anatomy is produced by Shonda Land, in association with the Mark Gordon Company, and ABC Studios. Rhimes, Betsy Beers, Krista Vernoff, Mark Gordon, Rob Korn, and and Mark Wilding have all served as executive producers throughout the course of the series. In subsequent seasons, Steve Mulholland, Kent Hodder, Nancy Bordson, James D. Parriott, and Peter Horton have also been executive producers, with Allan Heinberg joining the show in 2006 in this role. As of Season 8, the executive producers were Rhimes, Beers, Gordon, Vernoff, Korn, Wilding, and Heinberg. Rhimes is the series' head writer, or its most prolific writer. She often promotes the show by answering fan questions on her Twitter account. Other members of the writing staff are Vernoff, Wilding, Peter Noel, Stacey McKee, William Harper, Zoanne Clack, Tony Fellin, Joan Rater, and Deborah Kahn. From the 2nd through 7th seasons, the writers maintained a blog entitled Grey Matter, where the writer of an episode discussed background of the writing. Directors vary by episode, with Rob Corn directing most frequently, followed by Tom Verica. Horton, Edward Dornellis, and Jessica Yu have also directed a substantial number of episodes. Cast members Chandra Wilson and Kevin McKidd have both directed multiple episodes. Grey's Anatomy has been edited by Susan Vale since the show's inception, and David Greenspan was named an editor in 2006. Casting directors Linda Lowy and John Brace have been a part of the production team since 2005. Production design is led by Donald Lee Harris, assisted by art director Brian Harms, and costume design is led by Mimi Melgard. Working alongside Melgard, Thomas Howkins supervises costumes, Ellen Vieira is the makeup artist, and Geraldine Stevens serves as a hairstylist. The director of photography is Herbert Davis. The music coordinator is Danny Lux. Karen Lisa Pike, MD, is the on-set medical consultant, alongside Linda Klein, an iron. The production staff is part of a Grey's Anatomy softball team that competes against other television shows, such as CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. Casting. Grey's Anatomy used a colorblind casting technique, resulting in a racially diverse ensemble. Each role was cast without the character's race being predetermined, keeping Rhimes' vision of diversity. The production staff began casting with the program's title character, Meredith Grey, which Rhimes said was a difficult role to cast. "I kept saying we need a girl like that girl from Moonlight Mile," said Rhimes. "And after a while, they were like, we think we can get that girl from Moonlight Mile." The next to be cast, Sandra Oh, was initially invited to audition for the character of Bailey, but pressed to read for the role of Christina instead. Many actors read for the role of Dr. Derek Shepherd, but when Patrick Dempsey read for the part, he was just perfect, according to Rhimes. The only character developed with a racial description in mind was Dr. Miranda Bailey, who is portrayed by Chandler Wilson. Her character was first described as a tiny blonde with curly hair. But when Wilson began speaking, Rhimes reported, "Wilson is exactly who Miranda is." James Pickens Jr. was selected to appear as Dr. Richard Webber in the series pilot and first season. Katherine Heigl wanted to portray Dr. Izzy Stevens as a brunette, but was requested to retain her natural blonde for the part. Isaiah Washington, who portrayed Dr. Preston Burke, initially read for the role of Shepherd, but was cast as Burke, because the original actor to play Burke had to withdraw. A Knight signed on for the pilot as Dr. George O'Malley, expecting that the role might be short-lived, because he liked that the character was multifaceted. Rounding out the Season 1 cast was Justin Chambers as Dr. Alex Karev. The second season marked the introduction of attending doctors Mark Sloan and Callie Torres. They were initially cast as recurring characters, but both were given star billing at the opening of the third season. Ramirez was cast after ABC executives offered her a role in a network show of her choice. Dane had previously auditioned unsuccessfully for a role in the pilot episode, Drive. Addison Montgomery also joined the show in Season 2, after making a guest appearance in Season 1. In October 2006, Washington allegedly insulted Knight with a homophobic slur during an on-set altercation with Dempsey, and ABC terminated Washington's contract at the end of the third season. Washington returned for a guest appearance in Season 10. At the conclusion of the third season, Walsh departed the show to pursue the Grey's Anatomy spin-off, Private Practice, but continues to make guest appearances. Kyla Lee joined the cast as a main character in the 4th season as Dr. Lexi Grey, Meredith's half-sister. Lee had appeared as a guest star in the final 2 episodes of the 3rd season. On the selection of Lee for the role of Lexi, Rhimes said, "Kyla stood out. It felt like she could be Meredith's sister, but she had a depth that was very interesting." Dr. Erica Hahn, who first appeared on Grey's Anatomy in the 2nd season, returned as a series regular in the 4th season. Shortly after the announcement that Smith would be a regular member of the cast, Entertainment Weekly Michael Osiello reported that her character, Hahn, would depart from Grey's Anatomy on November 6, 2008. Online Kristen Dos Santos asserted that Smith's dismissal from the show had been forced by the ABC network, as part of an attempt to de-gay Grey's Anatomy. Rhimes countered these claims, saying that, "We did not find that the magic and chemistry with Brooks' character would sustain in the long run." Season 5 introduced actor Kevin McKidd, who was signed as a series regular after originally being cast for a specific story arc. In addition, Jessica Capshaw was originally introduced for a 3-episode arc, but received a contract extension until the end of the season, and then was made a series regular in the 6th season. Knight departed the show at the conclusion of Season 5, citing an unhappiness with the development and lack of screen time for his character. Directly following Knight's departure, Entertainment Weekly reported that Heigl had not returned to the set as scheduled after her maternity leave. It was later confirmed that Heigl would not return to the show at all. Kim Raver, who was cast as recurring character Dr. Teddy Altman in the 6th season, was given star billing later in the season. Sarah Drew and Jesse Williams, who both made their series debuts as recurring characters in the 6th season, and received star billing in the 7th. The 6 original actors' contracts expired after Season 8, but in May 2012, Pompeo, Dempsey, Chambers, Wilson, and Pickens renewed their contracts with the show for another 2 years. At the conclusion of the 8th season, Lee's character Lexi Grey departed from the show at Lee's request, and with Rhimes' agreement. Raver's character Teddy Altman was also written out of the show during the Season 8 finale. Rhimes said that Raver had been offered a contract renewal, but declined. In July 2012, Dane confirmed that he was departing the show to pursue other projects. He made his final appearances in the first 2 episodes of the 9th season. With the start of Season 10, Camilla Luddington, Jerrica Hinton, Gaius Charles and Tessa Ferrer were introduced to the show as series regulars. They were first introduced to the show in Season 9 as new interns. On August 13, 2013, O announced that the show's 10th season would be her final one. In March 2014 it was announced that Isaiah Washington, who portrayed Preston Burke in the first 3 seasons of the show, would make a guest appearance to coincide with the departure of series regular Sandra Oh, his former on-screen love interest. Neither Charles nor Ferrer's contracts were renewed for Season 11. On May 2, 2014 it was announced that, in addition to Pompeo and Dempsey, all original remaining cast members, aside from Sandra Oh, signed 2-year deals, extending their contracts through Seasons 11 and 12. Despite joining the series in its 2nd season, Sarah Ramirez is on the same negotiation schedule as the first season cast and also signed a new 2-year deal. On April 23, 2015, Dempsey departed the show during the show's 11th season, despite the fact that he still had a year left in his contract. On the night of the Season 12 finale, May 19, 2016, Sarah Ramirez announced that she would be leaving the show following the decision to not renew her contract. On January 17, 2018, it was announced by ABC that Ellen Pompeo's contract had been renewed through Season 16. Not only does the contract renewal ensure that Pompeo will return as Meredith Grey, but it makes her a producer of Grey's Anatomy and a co-executive producer of Station 19. The deal will make Pompeo the highest-paid actress currently on a dramatic TV series, with her making $575,000 per episode and over $20 million yearly. On March 8, 2018, it was announced that series regulars Jessica Capshaw and Sarah Drew would not be returning for the 15th season after executive producers decided to let them go. In May 2018, it was confirmed that Kim Raver, who made returning guest appearances in Season 14, would once again become a series regular, beginning with its 15th season. brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?